I said, we're going to do something different in the tech space. So let me announce it to you so that maybe you start considering it. You know what footballers do? They train people and then they send someone on loan. And then they send people on loan. They go there and work. So I want to start something. We are rolling out a program. We are taking in 30 people. And we're going to groom those 30 people in different tech skills. We're going to sign them up. You know, sign up.
Yeah.
So if you want to hire any of those people after we have groomed them, you pay us premium. We can give them to you. Because you need to understand, people will keep leaving the East.
Thank you. No, hold on there. Because I would like to come through that place again. And when you mentioned something about service, I think it was Dr. Stephen Akintayo that said something that the person you say they are using, he has followed his organ to enter private jet. You that is saying like this, Keke, you know, get. So, and I think this thing is about, I believe employment is like a business school that you are paid to do.
Absolutely.
People should learn to say, okay, there's this problem we have of, oh, this one is going to steal my idea. I want to come to you there. Because a lot of people, the biggest challenge they're having is that, yes, they have a good idea. They have the competence to build a good product, right? But then it's not something that they will do solo. They need to co-founders to attract talent. But sometimes talent acquisition is not cheap. What advice do you have in that dimension?
Okay.
To buttress it further, especially in our ecosystem, where a lot of people just want to be on their own and be the boss. How do we work that out?
So I think my approach to answering this question will be to first say that, and because we are speaking to, we're not speaking theoretically.
Exactly.
So I'm coming from my observation about our environment here. We need a mind shift first. We are too individualistic as a people. We work in silos. And because of that, there are pockets of individual personal success here and there, but collectively, we're not doing as we're hitting way below our weight.
Yeah.
As a people.
Come on.
And I feel that if that mindset can shift first, there's a lot of prosperity that can be unlocked in the Southeast. And we do not even need, you see this issue of, the billionaire mechanic was at our conference last year. And he spent he spent ample time talking about this thing. I think the best way for me to just create an illustration and then stop, because I know others who want to weigh in on this too, is that think about, that ancient proverb that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Now think about, let me use an illustration to paint that picture. If you get a matchstick, it takes very little effort. All you need to do is to just strike the box and the light comes on. But that's going fast. Because that light comes on and you hold it in less than a minute. It burns completely. The energy is gone. So it has gone fast. And it cannot even do anything. It can't cook. It can't even boil water. But if you bring pieces of firewood together, the process of lighting that firewood is more tedious. It's more difficult. It takes a longer time. It will demand a lot from you. But when you eventually get to getting that thing lighted, it can do a lot for you and it will last long. The biggest challenge is that we want to start now. We don't want anything that will delay us, anything that will mean that we are trying to build consensus. You just want to do. But then, so you don't have talent. Maybe because you want to own the entire thing and you don't want to share credits, you don't want to share revenue, you don't want to share anything. You want everybody to work for you. But you can't afford to.
Yeah.
So that mind shift, I mean, there are a lot of things I could say, but let me just speak about the mindset shift.
That we can do more together.
Make a lot of difference.
Okay, Mr. Hector. So I want to know, hold on, I'm going to come to this question. I'm a founder, right? I have the skill, I'm building something, and I think is worthwhile, that it can cause a shift in the market. But I know I can't build it alone, right? And I don't have money to go and look at the big man like Mr. Daniel to say, oh, come join me and build this thing, right? How do I go about bringing people on board on that single vision?
People, for example, let me use what we do as a very typical example. Many persons in our city might not be able to access a palm tech, right? But today, some of them are working for him because they met me or they met our community.
I want to work for him, please.
Right? Just submit your application tomorrow. We'll consider.
I want to work with you.
Okay. So why did I say that? There are powers in communities.
Yeah.
Something over 4,000 units has been discovered in America, like over 4,000 different communities, mentoring communities. What Daniel is doing and some of the hubs like he's doing, how many of them do we have in our state? Now, in Aba, I don't know how many, but you can imagine underserved, of course, considering the population. Owerri, the same. I think about less than 20 hubs in Owerri. So we need not just hubs that are tech hubs, but we need communities. Those things are powerful. People coming from Lagos, they call me, I need staff. I've given many, one day I was just checking this year, I've given many people jobs than even the government. Just a joke anyway. Because many people call me all the time, I need this person, can you get me? Now, because recommendations are powerful.
Please, if you are in Owerri, call him.
They don't need jobs anyway. So that's the power of communities. People need to belong to communities where, like you said, you serve. Someone can recommend you. But you are in your house, you think you have PhD and you're waiting for a job, continue. But all those that serve with us, from our graphic designer to our cleaners to all of them have jobs with people that they work with. So that's the power of community we need to harness, and we're not doing a lot of it.
Okay. Now to you, let me build on from what you said. Do you have some tech communities or startup communities you think is evolving that people here who are probably in Ebonyi or its environs can belong to in your state? Is there anything like that?
Of course, we have.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe you can share more light on it so that people can have an idea of what it looks like.
Okay. First of all, let me also talk about this talent thing, like, getting people to work with you. I learned this on time. I don't do this boss thing, right? Like you said, the team that work with me, I tell them, this thing is not my own. We are building it together. And when you come to our office where we are working, yes, you will not even identify. You will not even know that I'm doing. Sometimes when people come to look for me, I say, go and see our CTO or my co-founder. When you come, I'm not doing, and I'm not going to do that no matter how big I grow. Everyone who work with me, they matter. And I make sure that as you're working with me, also working with other organizations, because tech people, you can be developing software for me and developing for another company and all. And anytime I see opportunities, I push it to them. I think about them first. So we have communities in Abakaliki. For instance, in Spella City Hub, we did the Digital Roadmap Conference in Funai. I am a student of Funai. I'm still in 400 level mechatronics engineering.
Please put your hands together for this man.
Yeah. I'm in 400 level mechatronics engineering in Funai. So after doing Digital Roadmap Conference, we started what we call one man, one tech skill in Funai. So some of these students that, they come to us that, I don't have money, I don't have what it takes to learn. We bring them in. We do free 2 weeks, 3 weeks introductory tech courses for them. And then we're able to bring them together. Anytime we see opportunities, like thank God for 3MTT, we introduce a lot of them into it and we bring them into that community. And I'm also working out to see that we can be able to connect them with businesses. I approached the Small and Medium Enterprise Business Development Agency in Ebonyi State, and I told them that I want us to start something. We'll bring the tech talents we have, the young people we are training, then you bring the businesses registered under you. Because Abakaliki, for instance, there is low adoption of technology, utilizing it in businesses. So we say it will do two things. It will help these young developers to flex their muscles with real-life projects, and then it will help the businesses to understand how to use tech tools, use AI, use email, use softwares, in their business. So we have a community, and we are still working hard to see that we grow this community.
Thank you. Now, sir, I want to ask you 2 questions in one. One of the challenges that founders in this region are facing is talent migration. You invest a whole lot of money, you build talent, and then one big guy somewhere comes up and picks them and run away. Has this thing been happening? What do you think that people can do?
No, there's nothing you can do. That's what I've experienced firsthand. I think I'm one of the most heat in this ecosystem when it comes to talent migration. You know, you groom someone from school. No, because the best place to hire is from students. You go to schools.
Guys, are you hearing?
Find good hands and you start grooming them. You know? And then they will have to go for you service. Sometimes I even help make sure they serve in places that will keep them working. And then some of them will come back, some will not come back. You can't keep anybody. You can't muscle anybody to stay down. Even my own co-founder had to migrate. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, yes, my own co-founder, when she told me she got this, I wrote the recommendation letter. I've written, you see someone is working for me and come to me that I should write him or her a recommendation letter that she's doing special talent. You won't say no. You're not a demon. You have to, sometimes someone will visit my office, my friends will visit, and after walking around, say, I like this guy's US. Guy, this your designer good though. Say, yes, my guy, I want this guy in Lagos. You can't say no. This is someone that pays 3 times what you pay. Because you've not raised the money they've raised. You can't, see, don't think the people working for you will end with you. No. Let them, free them, let them go. Let me shock you what that has done for me. Most of the people that had worked with me 5 years ago, if I call any of them now and send them something to do, they still do it. Because you equip them and let them be. See, let their light so shine. Do you understand? So that the men will see their good work. And when men see their good work, the next thing is that they will want them to come off forth either. Let me tell you, it's difficult to stay in the East right now. We should tell ourselves the truth. But we're building for people to come home and stay in the East, yes. While we're building that, if any of them sees opportunity that will let them go, don't kill them. Let them go. Then build a system where those that are working for you can work from everywhere. I have developers working for IGOP that I've never seen in my life. Most of my developers don't even talk to me. They talk with my CTO. Now, my CTO work even with the people that feel, okay, like we launched a new product. We relaunched a new product. And then by the time we were rolling out, we noticed a problem. My CTO, the current mobile developers that were building on that project had an issue they couldn't resolve because they use Flutter. Yeah, they are Flutter developer. But what they needed to correct, you need React Native experience to be able to do it. He had to chat up one of IGO's first CTO, who is a big man now, doing amazing things in Ethiopia. That one leaves his work, bring his team together, and they're able to correct that. And then they needed to do something on the back end, and he needed support. All the people that have been part of IGO knows about that program. Faraday is far away in Germany. He was able to contribute to something. So I see them chatting. I say, when are you talking to all these guys? So all of them are still they are supporting. But I don't know that all that is happening. So if you have opportunity to equip people, equip them. But if you want to live right. Don't go and spoil relationships because you want to leave. My creative director, he just got a job in Lagos. And he came to me first. He said, sir, I got this job, but if you say no, I will not accept it.
Come on.
They asked me to start in July. They asked me to start in June, but if you say no, I will not accept it. I asked him, get 2 replacements for yourself. Send them to Justina to interview them. if he selects one person, you can go ahead. Okay?
Fantastic.
The day he was resigning, he told me that he doesn't want to leave the WhatsApp group, that anything they need him to do. Because
Can
most
sit
times, the work is virtual. So, build the team, structure it, but you need to get your core people, like your core operations persons, your core technology people, you know, your core marketing people, your core admin people. Make them to be part of the company. My co-founder had been in the US for the last 3 years, but she's still part of the company. She
you.
gets opportunities, she sends it down to us. Okay? And one of my staff, she's in Germany now. She sees opportunity, she sends it down to us. So don't think that people leaving you is a disadvantage. It was 3 days ago, I was speaking with my CTO. I said, we're going to do something different in the tech space. So let me announce it to you so that maybe you start considering it. You know what footballers do? They train people and then they send someone on loan. And then they send people on loan. They go there, work, and then, you know. So I want to start something. I'm going to experiment it. We are rolling out a program. We are taking in 30 people. And we're going to groom those 30 people in different tech skills areas. And those people are going to we're going to sign them up, you know, sign up.
Yeah.
So if you want to hire any of those people after we have groomed them, you pay us premium. We can give them to you. We will accommodate the people. We will pay them salary. We will feed them. We will make them see the company as their own. And then when they want to leave, they can go, but we're also getting resources from it. Because you need to understand, people will keep leaving the East. We need to think in terms of what business model can we fracture. I'm not sure it will work, but I'm going to try it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It's working. Uh-huh. So we can do it. So that possibly Meta can see one of my staff and pay sign-off fee, $100 million. He came my own. You understand? And then
Thank
we'll
you.
keep building. Yes.
Thank you so much. Please give the microphone to Ken. I want to say something.
I mean-
so for those that are here, that's an opportunity a lot. You can take it over. You know, when you mentioned this, some people say, You know, you said sign up fee of 100 million now. Somebody's feeling like, oh, IG Hub going to get 100 million on my head. Boy, how much are they going to pay you where they gave him a sign up fee of 100 million? Come on. You get, it's distribution of resources. Please go ahead.
So please promise me you guys will not be angry with me if I say what I want to say. Just promise. Say I promise. Promise now. You must say it first. Just say I promise. Oh, thank you, sir. You represent everybody. So, I mean, while you were talking, it was in my heart actually, but don't take it so serious.
But you now mentioned it, and I think it made a lot of sense. You can borrow a leaf from football. I mean, football is a great sport. So when teams from England want to buy players, like big teams, like smaller teams, small big teams, they are small big teams. They come to Brazil, right? These guys have a lot of talent in Brazil. I hope you're aware. Yeah. I mean, talented footballers who buy them. You know, clubs like Chelsea can buy them, right? Yeah, Arsenal can buy them, right? Now. But then when the big boys want to buy them, like Man U and Real Madrid, you go to Chelsea, Arsenal, pick up. So the thing is about just being comfortable where you are. If you're Arsenal, don't bother about the cup. Just stay where you are. Same people, and then we'll come and pick it up. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Please give Barrister the microphone. I have a question for him. Every simple thing you said now made a lot of sense until you mentioned the particular club. But notwithstanding, we can't go towards that direction because those of us who like winning and trophy, we can't be thinking of Man U. It's not anywhere in our head. Anyways, thank you for that. All right, Barrister. This is one important question I want to ask you. A lot of builders, founders, they have the skill. They can build good product, but they don't understand the business side of that. And that has been one of the biggest problem for many people. And that's why I also believe that if money was the only problem for startups, a lot of startups that have raised millions of dollars won't be falling. Where do we get the balance of having to bring in our ecosystem people understanding the business side of their skill? How do we bring that balance into people? How do we just do something around that so that people stop making mistakes? You've been in this game for like 20 years, and I'm sure you've encountered this thing timeless time. So What do you think we can do about this?
So, very simply, is for the startup ecosystem, uh, we need to we need more incubation programs. We need incubation programs that help founders to understand the difference between building a product and building a business. They are two very different things. Now, just like when you're trying to when you are trying to analyze how well a business will do, I usually say that there are two factors to consider. One is the feasibility, and then the second is the viability. Now, the challenge is that a lot of founders, especially tech founders, tech bros, they are able to get around the feasibility, because the feasibility really has to do with, can we build this product? Can it work? But then feasibility is 20% of the equation. Viability is 80% of the equation. Because viability is, you have a great product. Feature-wise, it's a great product. You've built with the best technology and all of that. But who wants this product?
Yeah,
right?
That's
That's
where the market
viability.
comes in.
Is there a market? Do you need to create a market? Is there a latent market that you need to create, or you need to expand the market? What are the trends? Is this a growing market or a shrinking market? And what are all the systems that you need to build around this product for it to be able to scale? So, you begin to think about HR systems, marketing systems, customer development systems, growth systems, legal, intellectual property strategy. It's a whole lot. But founders don't understand this. So most times they just have a great product idea and they go to build because feasibility is easily sorted.
Easily sorted.
So I feel that the first thing is we need a lot more of incubation programs, real incubation programs that helps. And then secondly, like I tried to advance earlier, we need to create programs that embed talents who have ideas.
Hold you there. Do you think this thing is a government responsibility or private sector responsibility? Or both?
Now, that's a very tricky question. And this is why I'll say it's a very tricky question. Ideally and historically, government plays catch up. Government always plays catch up. The private sector is usually ahead.
Yeah.
And the government is trying to come in, especially from a regulatory perspective.
So also I want you to put into, sorry sir.
Okay.
I want to also talk if there are opportunities like that can help solve such problem in your state.
Absolutely, yeah, I'm coming to that. Right. So I think that I was talking about programs. We need more programs that create real value for startup entrepreneurs who want to. I'll give you some sort of example. We just rounded up a program that embedded talents in startups. We ran this program across 3 states in the South. Now, the idea is, while we are providing this talent to the startups to help them unlock growth, remediate technical debt on their products, build improvements on new features and all of that. The idea too was that these talents working in real businesses that are post-revenue, that have market traction, they begin to learn how to build businesses so that when they are ready to launch their own startups, all they have is not just, I can build a product.
Yeah.
They've seen how building a business works. They've been in the trenches. They've seen, so that, and this is part of the challenges we had in the program, because there was a mentorship component of the program where experienced business leaders were providing mentorship. The startups in the program were quick to sign up for mentorship sessions with the mentors. It was difficult getting the talent to sign up for mentorship programs, because for them, they can build, they can write codes, So why do they need to sit down with somebody and be discussing growth hacking and be discussing all of that? I think that's one of the mistakes. So as to your question, whether it's the private sector or the government, I think it is both. And I think that Anambra State has a very golden opportunity to, the government of the day is already doing very well.
In that dimension.
I mean, we have the SID that is hosting us today. There's the Anambra State ICT Agency,
Thank
but
you.
I do believe that there's a lot more that could be done going beyond just, because we are doing a lot of training. We are doing a lot of training, but we need to also start thinking of how to operationalize getting the people that we have trained to be able to build something that is beyond just products, but that we are building businesses.
Thank you so much. We may not take much from here again. I want to, is there anybody who has a question? We can only take 2 because of our time. I've been giving signal that our time is fast. But I'll come back to you, sir.
That's good. Sorry. Before they ask their question, this might be the last thing I'll have to say.
Okay.
Now, you talked about viability, 80%. It's Pareto principle talks about the 80-20, right? The 80% is very important. So the question I'll ask our audience, what's the biggest challenge Nigeria has? If you can name the first 4, number 1 biggest challenge, in your no order, what do you think is our biggest problem in Nigeria? Someone, yes, tell me. Accountability of who? I don't think. What? Who else? Just give me an idea. What's our biggest challenge in Nigeria? Yes. Sorry. Money. Look at. Hunger. Leadership. We don't know the real problems. Can you imagine? Then what are we going to build? Viability is when what you're building meets the market demand, right? What's the biggest challenge you have in Nigeria? Like you were saying, leadership is a big issue. Power is a big issue. Hunger is a big issue. Code anything you want to code. Man, 70% of Nigerians are hungry. So how can tech solve problem of hunger? How can tech solve problem of housing deficit is over 20 trillion naira. There are 3D printing machines currently. I was searching, I was scared. I said, are you kidding me? So what I'm trying to say is this. For us to get to the point of viability, tech for the sake of tech is not value. Tech is an accelerator. It's supposed to accelerate a value. What is the value that you have created? What is the value that you are proposing? Then tech is supposed to now accelerate it, become a way to convey it. So how can we use tech? Solve the problem of hunger. Accountability that he mentioned. Someone is doing budget already. I think budget tries to handle that. How can we have a good primary election in the political sector? Right? Using technology. How can we solve this problem? People are not educated. 20 million out of school students. If you think around all these problems, then we can sit down and say, there's a market, there's a viable market. But we're not doing it. What are we doing? We're doing content creation. We are doing content because that's what is trending.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get gigs outside the country because people are, giving us dollars and all that. We need genuine, viable, patriotic entrepreneurs that are in tech that will say we want to solve problems using technology.
Thank you.
And see what PalmTech is doing. Add automobile to technology, it creates a PalmTech. Add technology to banking, it creates a Sterling. That's the kind of thing we need. If you are not doing something like that, you are just part of the problem. Thank you.